Hey guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God. Sorry, I'm just holding the camera tonight, so it might be a little shaky. But we thank everyone who prayed for us after our video last night. We had a crazy day today, and you didn't know what you were getting yourself into when you offered to pray for us. So we left the house around 8 o'clock this morning, drove to Portland, which for us, how we travel, needing to stop to use the bathroom and everything takes us just about 2 hours. So we got down there just in time to get to Josiah's orthopedic appointment. For those who didn't watch the video yesterday, Josiah hurt his elbow last week. They didn't see anything on the x-ray initially, so they told us that if it wasn't better by Monday, call and we'd get an appointment. So they sent us to the pediatric orthopedic doctor. It was actually a doctor we had seen, Josiah had seen back at a cerebral palsy clinic. And so we went in. The doctor was late, but he was very, very good once he came in the room. And Josiah has a break in his radius near his elbow. And we are not doing any casting or anything for that. It's something that they try not to cast children for because it makes them very stiff. And especially with Josiah having limited use of his arm on that side because of the cerebral palsy, they really don't want to put more stiffness into it. And he also possibly has a break in his wrist, but if it is, it's in the growth plate and they can't see it. But his wrist is tender and he does better with a brace that he's been wearing for his wrist. So if you see us out, he will be wearing a wrist brace for the next 3 weeks. Limited activity for the wrist and elbow for the next 3 weeks, and we will go get it x-rayed. If you see us out and about, he's probably going to be wearing moving the camera. He'll probably be wearing a shoulder sling just to remind people that he's healing, to remind himself he's healing. So the doctor was very good, and it was a good appointment. We got out of there later than we were expecting. We went over to Target, and thank you to someone from our church who gave us a Target gift card as one of our baby shower presents. And we were able to actually go to Target and get some stuff that we need to just make these days in the car better with some food and stuff like that. So we got that done, went to where we thought Naomi's appointment was. And when we got in, we had taken everyone in because it was warm today and they were tired of sitting in the car. So we took them all into the appointment to find out that we were at the wrong building and had to get everybody back in the car to go to the right building because we went to cardiology and we were supposed to go to congenital heart. So we got over there and they were very super sweet over there. Actually, our first nurse is a Christian that goes to the Rock Church down there in Portland area. I mean, I only had so much time to talk to her, so I don't know her whole testimony and everything, but she goes there and we were able to talk about how children are a blessing, and even children who have disabilities and things are blessings from God, and God has a reason and purpose for them. So that was a very good talk with her. The doctor came in and he was very, very good at listening to all the symptoms, talked us through why she might be having some of them. And so basically, if you want to talk to Naomi, she could give you more information if she chooses to. And just so people know, on our YouTube channel, I kind of talked to the kids of, is this something it's okay to share? And she said yes. So Naomi has an issue with her vasovagal nerve where she regularly feels dizzy and feels like she's going to pass out. The doctor gave us some lifestyle changes to work on to help her and just for her to be more aware of her body. And it has a lot more to do with like if she gets up really fast from like a laying down position to standing up, she can feel very dizzy. So he gave us some answers for that. We are going to do some blood work just to check a couple other things. And for right now, for the next couple days, she's wearing a heart monitor just to rule out that it's not a heart problem. But from what we were talking about with him, he feels this is something that she might even possibly grow out of. And he's not super worried about a heart issue, but he just wants to make sure we cover all the bases. So we were very excited about that appointment. She does not have a follow-up. So Josiah will have a follow-up in 3 weeks. Naomi does not have a follow-up unless they find something on this heart monitor. But what's really cool about the heart monitor is it's like a sticker with a little, I mean, the sticker is only about this big, and then it's got,
sorry. Like a glucose monitor.
Yeah, it's almost like a glucose monitor that I had. It's got a little round button in the middle, and if she feels an episode of her heart being a little weird, she pushes the button, and then she writes down in a little booklet what she's feeling, how long she feels it. And when she's done with this, they told us how to take it off, and we send it to a place in Illinois, and they do the reading of it. So we don't actually have to even go back to the doctor's office. We just send it in the mail in a prepaid box. So we did that, and then started to make our way home. And on the ride home, we had been gifted last year anonymously with a gift card to a local ice cream place near our church. And my mom knew that we had been gifted that, but it wasn't enough for our whole family. So she gifted us some more money because we don't go out for ice cream on a regular basis. And she wanted the kids to all be able to pick out their own flavor and just have that fun experience. So we went to the ice cream place. The kids all got to pick out what they wanted, whether it was a cone or cup. It was really hot, and there were no available places inside. So we had to eat outside, which meant the kids had to eat their ice cream fast because it was melting. But they all had a really good time with that. So we thank you to the anonymous donor and Grandma for that treat. After the really long day in the car, it was nice to have that treat. And then we came home, and my mom was awesome today in so many ways, but she also had given us, she had made dinner for us. So for those who don't know, we live in the house that my parents had built 22 years ago when Mark and I got married. Like, they had it built, they didn't build it. And now my mom lives in a small house on this property. And most nights she comes home from work and eats supper with us, whatever I have made. Well, today she didn't have to work, and so she provided us with supper tonight. So when we got home from our long day, supper was hot and ready for us, and that was great. She also was weeding in the garden because right now I'm still nursing. Our little guy is 6 weeks old, and so he takes up a lot of my time right now. And Naomi dislocated her knee the other day. And so she hasn't been able to get out in the garden. She's the one who's kind of doing the garden this year. She just hasn't been able to get out because of her crutches. And right now in Maine, I know that some of you guys are still harvesting and stuff, but in Maine, our plants are about this big, and we're very excited with our plant growth, but we don't get to plant until Memorial Day. So our plants aren't very tall. So it's hard to send the littler kids out into the garden because it's still hard to tell some of the weeds from the plants. So Grandma got the garden all better. So Grandma is superwoman today. Should I say anything else about the rest of our day?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So I will let Mark make a fuller video on this later, but that was our day. So we got home. We had our supper, which Mom had made. We got into our pajamas. We're doing a online thing this week. So we watched a couple of those videos, did our normal prayer time, and then we let some of the kids stay up who chose to, we were reading a book about Joseph and let the kids decide whether they wanted to go listen to an audio drama in the other room or listen to Joseph with us. I just have to say, the silly thing was our 4-year-old has gotten really into drawing and making up very interesting pictures. Mm-hmm. And so he had a picture of a police car with a queen termite and all her baby termites. And then you saw people in windows in this car that had red all over them. And he told me that the termites had blooded the people and tied them up so they couldn't get out. So I'm not really sure where he got that story. We don't watch things like that, so I'm not really sure. Sorry, I'm trying to deal with the baby who's on my lap, who's crazy looking for food. I know, baby, I know. Okay, so we did all of that, and then we came to the bedroom to get ready for bed and for me to make this video about an hour and a half ago. And suddenly Mark started feeling very, very unwell. And sorry, you hear him in the other room. He's on the baby monitor. But he started to feel very, very unwell. And we realized that what had happened was when we went to Target today, Mark had bought some candy. And I had bought different candy for the kids. We just didn't have a chance to eat it because I had bought some chocolates for the kids, and the chocolates were starting to melt because of the heat. So we didn't eat those today. But Mark had bought himself some like gummies, and the gummies had sorbitol in them. And Mark's body does not do well with artificial sweeteners. And he got very, very sick with feeling like he was going to throw up and diarrhea and that type of thing. He's feeling much better now, but still not great. So you can be praying for Mark tonight. But he's definitely like way better than he was a little while ago. But you can be praying for him. That ended our crazy evening. But I'm glad that it was just the sorbitol in the candy and it wasn't Mark sick from something we all ate or from, you know, some sickness that was going through the house or something. But we then, you know, cleaned up and did all the stuff we needed to do. So, I didn't know when he started to feel sick, I wasn't sure why he felt sick. So I found our disinfectant wipes and started cleaning everything, but he's feeling much better now. And we're pretty sure it was the candy. So Mark will make his own video about that later if he chooses to.
When I recover.
But when he recovers, he's pretty laying low right now. But anyway, I'm going to go deal with things we need to deal with. But thank you guys for praying for us. And we have a bunch of videos we're planning to work on tomorrow because it's just been a crazy week. We'll see you guys next time on Herding Little Cows to the Glory of God.